Get away.
I'm ready. Several years ago, it's many now, it's about 30, 35, about 35. I was finance director of a hospital in San Francisco. And it was right when mini computers started coming out. And I was really excited about these mini computers. They could do everything. And I was running a hospital and they were all doing it manually. They had a set of sets of books, a whole bunch of sets of books, and the girls would go in there and they would write in them. Well, I said, I'm a young, energetic fellow. I'm going to make this work. So I went down and I looked at computers. And I found this computer, and this salesman come in, and he was a great, oh man, he was a great salesman. And he told me all the things with that, and I said, well, bring me a technician in. So he brought a technician, and I said, oh, I've got a software package that'll do everything for you for the hospital. And so I went to the board, and I got this 3-page presentation where I was taking, this is back in the 70s, $50,000 from them and buying a computer and making it successful. Well, now we get to the fear. I put the system in, and I went in there and I said, I even upgraded it one level to a fancier system. We're not talking about the power, we're just talking about what it did. I went in there the first day and I said, okay, I want to create this. And I sat down there and I started following the person's instructions that I had written because I hadn't checked that close. I had just believed. And I looked. It didn't do anything they said. And I committed major money to get this accomplished. And I said, I'm frightened. I'm scared. Well, I've got 2 processes for being scared. One is to run and the other is to stand up and handle it. And use it to motivate me. And sometimes running's a good thing. This time I knew I could handle it. So I went in there and I sat down, and the first time I had looked at these computer instruction books was after work. So I went in and I started studying them, and I would do stuff. And then I would call the technician and he would help me a little. But then he'd have to go because I could only work on this after work because I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I'd have to work between 5 and 8 the next morning. That's the time I had to get it done. Well, I would work on it and work on it and work on it. And sometimes I couldn't solve the problem. And I'd do what I always did when I had these really major problems I couldn't solve, and I was getting so discouraged. I'd cry. So I cried. I would sit there all alone, and I would cry. And then after I got done with my cry, I would get up again and I would start doing it. Well, over the next 7 months, I did a lot of crying and a lot of trying. At the end of that time, in many hundreds, probably thousands of hours, I had a system that ran that hospital. And I used my old buddy fear to move and to really, really accomplish a wonderful feat in my life that has put me in good stead, for all the other accomplishments that I have done and do.